Hello again, YouTubers, on SpongeBob 101 back here again on the SpongeBob channel, and today we have SpongeBob episode 203. Yep, we've passed the 200 episode mark, I mean technically at least. Today we'll be reviewing Pineapple Invasion and Salsa Imbicilicus. Alright, so these two episodes premiered during the July premiere week, which just ended a couple days back. So Pineapple Invasion came out on July 14th, and Salsa Imbicilicus came out on the following day, July 15th. Alright, so today, July 17th, 2016, is the official SpongeBob's, the official 17th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants. So you might be thinking, well, weren't there like two anniversaries, or wasn't there an anniversary already? May 1st, 1999 was when the first episode came out, Help Wanted, etc. But by Nickelodeon, they recognized that the premiere date was July 17th, 1999. So we'll just stick with two anniversaries. Two anniversaries, great. Alright, so in celebration of that, we're going to be reviewing the first SpongeBob episodes that is numbered in the 200s, available on demand here on the SpongeBob channel. Isn't that great? Yeah, I personally have yet to watch Sandy's Nightmare, which was episode 201A, and Food Con Castaways, which was episode 202A, simply because it's not available on demand yet, and I am locked out of Nick.com, so yeah, I really can't watch it yet. The word is yet. Okay, but anyways, working with what we have today, I'm just going to be summarizing quickly the episodes, and we'll get on to the reviews after the summary, alright? So in Pineapple Invasion, Plankton is back, and he wants to steal the Krabby Patty formula, right? So he decides to bring a skunk with a undersea helmet into the Krusty Krab and threaten it with a bee, and guess what? It releases like the toxic gas and stings out the entire Krusty Krab, and everybody runs out and panics, and Plankton manages to attempt to steal a Krabby Patty formula with everyone gone, even SpongeBob Mr. Krabs, who had to rush out and be sprayed with like water cannons and stuff. But yeah, so Plankton, well, he doesn't really get there because Mr. Krabs has the safe in a safe routine. SpongeBob that he has to bring the secret Krabby Patty formula back to his home for safekeeping. Plankton over here is using his antenna, which I think was a pretty smart thing to do by the writers, by the way. Like, you know, Plankton's antenna have never really been of use at all until now. So it was like he was picking up the not really the feedback, but picking up the what Mr. Krabs was saying to SpongeBob. So following day, Plankton invades SpongeBob's pineapple, and to the dismay of Gary, who was like, you know, that bodyguard, the bodyguard or bouncer, remember? And I think that was pretty funny. But this episode, the bulk of it at least, Plankton was trying to pretending to be like a snail carrier salesman, and followed by a like, you know, those kind of Girl Scout cookies, and then Plankton decided to just put a distraction outside while he chewed his way into the pineapple. So pretty funny stuff. But ultimately, Plankton goes through like a whole bunch of crazy things, and then like, you know, has a showdown with Gary, of which Gary obviously just crushes Plankton with his eye, which was pretty cute to a certain extent. And Plankton decides to, I mean, there was one scene where it flashed to the, like, you know, the opening in Gary's shell, and at that moment when Plankton said like, I got it, I was actually thinking that, you know, back in that episode, back in season 6, I really kind of remember what that title is offhand, but oh, Grooming Gary. Yeah, so Grooming Gary, when SpongeBob reached into that part of Gary's shell, Gary like screamed and bit SpongeBob on the head. So that was what I was thinking was gonna happen, but no. Apparently Plankton just goes inside, and Gary's eye enters the shell as well, tries to chase Plankton. Plankton imagines like him being chased by the eye through like huge caverns inside Gary's shell. SpongeBob returns to the pineapple, realizes the place is in a mess, Even his bronzed Krabby Patty, the first ever Krabby Patty he had, was destroyed. And guess what? You know where he put the secret formula? Above the TV. Yeah, the television console. So I was thinking that was pretty funny. That Plankton didn't bother to look there of all the places, right? SpongeBob takes Gary to the vet, gets Plankton out, and Plankton's literally hallucinating, going nuts, and he's like, he actually just found a grocery list, but he thinks that that's a secret formula, and he runs off into the sunset. And yeah, that was basically how it is. If you haven't watched it yet, I'll leave a link to the iTunes download. And go purchase it for $1.99 in standard definition or $2.99 HD. Right? Overall, I'll give Pineapple Invasion a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed the jokes, and of course there was, you know, some references to older episodes, like when Plankton was toppling down SpongeBob's freezer or fridge or refrigerator, and he said, "I went to college." Yeah, that was totally season 1 to 3, right? So really appreciated it. Most critical rating, I'll give Pineapple Invasion maybe a 3.5. But not lower than that, because I think that's pretty cool. It was definitely pretty cool. I mean, the skunk part was a little bit weird, but still kind of funny. So, yeah. And of course, next up we have Salsa Imbicilicus. Plankton again is involved in trying to steal a Krabby Patty formula. So we actually have 2 similarities that I want to point out. I mean, there are many more, I guess, but it's not on the top of my head right now. So both episodes in 203 involve Plankton, and both episodes in 203 also involve Plankton technically walking into a sunset. So yeah, I'll highlight that later, and you'll see that picture later. So Plankton gets kicked out of the Krusty Krab, encounters Sandy, who mentions that for Mr. Krabs to actually give Plankton the secret formula, Mr. Krabs would have to be as dumb as Patrick, and Patrick was like using the skateboard the wrong way around, and was like literally, I don't know how to describe that. He was not like using the skateboard right, he was on the flip side. You will see from this picture here. And Plankton decides that yes, exactly, that's what he has to do. So he makes idiot sauce. Yeah. Apparently the title of the episode was called Idiot Sauce, but apparently it would be insulting, I guess, so Nickelodeon changed it. Right. Okay. But anyways, Plankton invents sauce, and at the same time he travels to Patrick. You know, at first when Plankton's like paddling a canoe or something like that, into Patrick's home, and when Patrick sleeps, apparently he drools so much it forms a river. So, you know, when Plankton docks his boat inside Patrick's mouth, it looked like Plankton literally rode upstream into on a river into a cavern or some sort. And he battles Patrick's tongue while trying to get Patrick's saliva or DNA. So, I mean, he gets it, but not without being burped out of Patrick's mouth when Patrick's sleeping. So I thought that was really ridiculous but funny as well. And Plankton makes the sauce, but it accidentally spills on him, and he becomes dumb. Like really dumb. Okay, and of course the fumes from the sauce, you know, escape through the vents, somehow pollute a cloud, and it rains idiot sauce, or Salsa Imbicilicus, on Bikini Bottom. Everybody becomes dumb. So Sandy notices when the next day she walks out of her home, everyone is acting like they've got no brains at all. Like they literally walk into each other and they don't care about it. I mean, as you would see in this picture here. I thought that was really funny, but Sandy was like, I never thought that folks around here were particularly bright, but today they just seem like traffic cones. And there was like this guy with a traffic cone on his head, acting like a weirdo hillbilly. I mean, not that hillbillies are weirdos, I'm just saying that this hillbilly was particularly weirdo. But yeah, and Squidward had decorated his house to look like a clown. SpongeBob was flipping mud, thinking that was Krabby Patties, and Patrick, as dumb as always, stuffed a balloon and let it pop, I guess, in his mouth. But yeah, so Karen finally, Sandy notices everyone's queuing up with Chum Bucket, and goes to see Karen. So they devise a solution to reverse the effects of idiot sauce, and that would involve Bikini Bottom University. So throughout one semester, you know, Sandy and Karen teach the entire populace of Bikini Bottom to be smart, literally. And well, they do, except for one person, of course, that was Plankton, who turned out to be like that kind of thug and spells school is dumb, with every word spelled wrongly, as Mr. Krabs kindly points out. And we see a different dimension to the characters in this segment. You know, they're not really still themselves, but they're just smarter than when they were affected by the sauce in the first place. Everybody gets their diplomas, but not without Squidward performing his horrible clarinet music. No offense, Squidward. But yeah, so all's well and ends well. Plankton discovers Mr. Krabs' secret formula and tries to get it, but when Mr. Krabs gets a hold of a diploma, well, he becomes smart, or at least it says that. Plankton was like, if I had known education worked like that, I would have bought their diploma years ago. But apparently Mr. Krabs is just acting. He got an A+ for acting class. So Mr. Krabs flings Plankton out a window, smashes on Karen's screen with the laugh track there, and they walk off into the sunset. So yeah, really funny episode, I must say. Salsa Imbicilicus, I'll give it also a 4 out of 5. Arguably, both of these episodes are generally more engaging relative to other episodes. One of which I must mention is the previous one that I actually reviewed, which was Lame and Fortune. If you haven't checked that video out, I think there will be a playlist link, but if not, it's the previous video before this one. So it's a video before this one. Lame and Fortune, I was talking about how it was really lame, according to its name. But yeah, so what do you guys think on Pineapple Invasion and Salsa Imbicilicus? Comment in the box below. Make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, comment, etc. Keep right here on SpongeBob 101. I'll see you guys next video, and have a great Sunday. Happy 17th anniversary to SpongeBob. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.